Do you keep hearing yourself say, I never have enough, I can't get ahead, I'll never make it, I'm back to zero again? If that sounds like you, stick around with me on this episode of Pause and Grow Podcast. Today we're going to discover 10 tips that are personal to me, but very practical to be able to apply for your roadmap to financial success. Hello, everybody. It's Courtney Joe with Pause and Grow Podcast. And on today's episode, I have some personal and practical budgeting advice. Today, we are going to be talking about using money as a tool, and I am here to provide a roadmap to financial success. So stick around and let's get to it. All right, you guys. So I have 10 practical tips that will be easy for you to follow. Please don't mind my puppy in the background. It's raining outside. I'm hanging out in the garage. And also, check out this ladder behind me. This ladder represents different steps that it's going to take for us to narrow down as we continue to build our finances and rise to the right kind of mindset that we need to have in order to know that we are flourishing and that we do have enough. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So, welcome back to Pause and Grow Podcast. Here we go. Now, talking about money is so hard and difficult to do because people get so just offended by it. But today we're going to talk about money being a tool. For years, I believed that money controlled me. I lived paycheck to paycheck, starting over on zero every year, and it just seemed like I had to keep starting over. As a single mom, I was wanting to purchase my first home, and I realized that it wasn't more money that I needed. What I needed was a new mindset, and we're going to go over that today. I want to share these practical tips with you that helped me become a first time home buyer, reduce financial stress, and learn to honor God and all that He has entrusted to me. And I know that He does the same for you. Okay, so first tip, change your mindset. The first thing that we need to do is change the way that we view our income. My mindset was consumed with lack. I never had enough. Oh, I'm never going to make it. Oh, I'm starting over on zero again. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. When am I ever going to have enough? These were the things that I kept telling myself over and over again. And I'm telling you, that's where depression comes from. That's where sickness in the mind comes from. That's where lack resides. It's in the mind. So for years, that's the way that I lived. Eventually, I had to change something. And I was actually making really, really good money where I was working. I kept increasing in the amount of money that I was working where I was at, but my mindset never changed. I was still always telling myself that I never had enough. I had to start back over on zero. I'm never going to be where I need to be in order to get what I want. So something had to change. And I started by changing where I worked. I was in a very toxic environment. And so I actually quit that job, not knowing what I was going to do next. But with the job that I had, I was always in so much medical debt. It just seemed like I was spending tens of thousands of dollars on medical bills every year. And that's one of the reasons why I could never get anywhere. So I had to make that decision to change the job. My biggest change happened though when I surrendered all that I had over to God by also quitting the job. I mean, by not allowing that income to keep coming in, I had to just lay it all down. And that was a really hard decision to make. I started asking God, where do you want me to go next? Okay, so another tip I have for you on changing your mindset is to speak favor over your life every single day. Instead of saying the things like "I will never have enough," I'm gonna have to start back over on zero. Start speaking other things over your life, such as favor. I am highly favored and dearly loved. God has favor on my life. I have favor with both God and man. I am highly favored in my workplace. I am highly admired in my workplace. God is leading me to a land flowing with milk and honey. God has decided to place his name on the land where he is chose to lead me. I have enough already. I am always increasing. I add value to my team at work. You see, if you start changing the way that you speak over your life, these things, it's just going to start coming to you. It's going to start happening. It's because you're changing what's going on in here. Okay. So we've kind of already talked about the first step. It's a very broad step down there at the bottom. I mean, in the book of Matthew, God says that we are to walk the narrow road of life and to leave the broad road, which leads to destruction. So, with us already changing the way that we think, we're already getting ourselves up to the next step, which is a little bit more narrow. Okay, my second tip for you is to downsize your debt. Okay, so how do you do this? Before you buy your home, try to make paying off as much debt a priority as you can. One of the ways that I did that was I stuck it out by living with family. And then, I by doing that, I was able to pay off my car. I'm able to keep my credit card balances low. I stayed consistent with my payments. I stopped taking on unnecessary debt. I didn't open any more new accounts. I know one of the things that they tell you is, oh, have an account open in this and have an account open in that. So that way you can work towards all these things building your credit. You don't have to do that. I did that with just one credit card, just one. I went ahead and paid off my car so that I didn't have to have so many different payments. And I just had one credit card opened. I'm telling you. And I built my credit up in 2 years just fine. Okay, so don't listen to the lie that you need to have all these different accounts opened up because it's not the truth. You can do it with just one credit card account. Uh, the only debt that I continued to carry on were my student loans. So that's not something I was paying on every month, but I did take out student loans to increase my education. It says it right here in the book of Daniel. God tells us clearly. He says God gives us knowledge and understanding of all literature and learning. But what does that mean? That means we got to go out there and we got to figure out what to learn. We got to read the books. We got to take on the risk of the loans for the education if you're somebody like me who can't afford to pay out of pocket for school, but constantly be educating yourself. Don't allow yourself to go another year without learning something new. And every dollar of my debt, sorry, I've got my notes here. Every dollar of my debt that I eliminate gave me more freedom for tomorrow. So, for example, eliminating the debt of my car loans, I didn't have to continue to carry the weight of having that car payment all the time. And it's just great only having to pay insurance for my car today. I absolutely love that. Okay. Tip number three, be a good steward. Be a good steward of your money. This was probably the biggest heart change for me and took the longest for me to finally just submit to becoming a true tither. Yeah, I know you don't want to have to hear about this. What is the church doing with your money? You don't know where it's going. I mean, hello, that raises concern for you needing to be in control of everything. Okay. And that raises concern for saying that the money is still in control of you. When we have a generous heart, it does not matter what that homeless guy is doing with that money. Okay. I'm just here to tell you that what matters is the decision we make in our heart to give. That's all that should matter. Whether or not that homeless guy goes and spends it on alcohol or not, I've heard people in Christian schools and Christian places saying these things. And I'm just like, don't you get it? Like, it's not about what they do with the money, it's about the decision you're making in your heart to give. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that we could take on as being followers of Christ. Whether you're a follower of Christ or not, if you want to just be more generous, just to become a true tither, I am declaring right now in the name of Jesus Christ that I have seen complete turnaround in my finances since I have started to become a true tither. And I don't make as much money as I used to. In fact, I took a $4 pay cut per hour with this new job. Okay. And somehow I have more than enough. I've already bought a house. I mean, how does this stuff happen? It's got to be God. Okay. So, learning the technique of being generous instead of holding tightly to that money or worrying about what's going on with the money, I trusted God with it. When I stopped operating out of the fear and started operating from faith, my relationship with money completely changed. And so, again, it's that mindset of lack, changing it to a mindset of growth and learning that you already have enough. Speaking that over your life every single day. I already have enough with what it is that God has given me. You will start to see things grow in your finances. Okay, tip number 4 is probably my favorite tip of all is tell your money where to go. I know, right? Quit letting your money control you. Quit living paycheck to paycheck. Quit living, oh, I'm going to have to wait till I get paid again to be able to do this or do that. Tell your money where to go, assign it that task, and then don't worry about it from there that point on. Um, so most people let the money control them, which I had already said that. But I decided to flip that. Okay. Instead of letting the money control me, I control where the money goes. And the way that I do that is by having separate accounts. Okay, we're going to get more into how that here in a little bit, but I definitely assign the money where to go. And I do that through my direct deposit with my employer. I take my money and I section it out and I tell it where to go. And then it's assigned to take care of that need. And that need gets taken care of. Okay. And then there's a little pot of money over here where all the rest of the money goes into this pot. And out of that money is where other bills get paid, but also somehow it starts to grow. And I don't know how it does it. I'm just telling you right now that it does. Okay. There's been a couple of times where it's gotten down to the nitty gritty, but that's because I am making decisions with my money to do other things like fix my front teeth. I have going to pay cash for that. Um, I had an unexpected water bill that was very, very high, and I had to use some money out of that pot. Um, uh, there was something else that happened, and I needed to use some money from that pot, which caused the money to go back down even more. But still, I had the money that I needed in order to pay cash for what it is that I needed to pay cash for. That's my favorite one of all. Tell your money where to go. Number 5, thanks for sticking with me through half the tips. Find ways to reduce monthly expenses. One simple thing saved me thousands of dollars. One decision, thousands of dollars over the whole year. And that was switching from Verizon to Mint Mobile. I did this a couple of years ago, but I'm telling you right now, make the switch. Okay, I was paying $200 a month for Verizon. That included my phone bill, and I was paying like $22 out of that $200 for the phone. Oh, I'm telling you. Okay. I went ahead and just took a lump sum of cash, paid off that phone, did away with the phone, and canceled my service with Verizon. So glad. It saved me thousands of dollars per year. And I switched to Mint Mobile. At the time, Mint Mobile was doing a promotion where you could do $15 a month for so many months. I ended up Oh, and then they had a promotion where if you bought a new phone, you could save like $700. So I ended up purchasing the new phone through Mint Mobile and then buying up a whole year at the $15 per month. I ended up saving like $1,200 because I only spent like $800, I think, for the phone and for the whole year of service. Well, that year went by, so here comes the second year. Do it again. Pay for the whole year in advance where it's only $15 per month. It's so worth it. It's going to save you hundreds of dollars a year. Just do it. Okay, another way to reduce your monthly expenses. Uh, avoid unnecessary Avoid unnecessary subscriptions such as Netflix, Prime, Amazon, Hulu, Disney. Just don't pay for them. I'm telling you, you have a family member in your family who does pay for them and just use theirs, okay? That's what we do. I mean, it's okay. Like, they pay for it. They don't have the same kind of goals as I've got. So quit paying for unnecessary subscriptions. You do not need to be paying for things on Amazon all the time. I mean, just stop. Okay, just take it away. These little monthly expenses will quietly steal away from the goals you're trying to make in the future. So find ways to reduce your monthly expenses. Save automatically. This one goes hand in hand with the tell your money where to go. So save automatically. Through my employer, we have this thing called direct deposit. I can get in there and I can tell my money where to go. So I have multiple accounts open. All right, checking and savings. And so within my checking account at a bank, I've got multiple accounts. I'm sure you could do the same. If you open a money market account, you can inquire more interest on the amount of money you keep in there. It's not very much. And I'm going to give you some tips on other places where you can go to get even higher percentage rate on savings. Um, but you can open those accounts so that you can tell your money where to go. For example, I have money that goes into my one of my money market accounts, another money market account, a savings account, and that's for repayment on school loans. So I'm already saving so that I can start paying back money on my school loans because just so you know, whenever you're out of your grace period and you got to start making payments on your school loans again, just think my payments per month are going to be 10% of however much my loans are in total. So, for example, if you took out $22,000 in loans, you're going to have to pay a $220 a month pay back for those school loans. If you took out $45,000 in school loans, then your monthly payment is going to be $450. So just calculate it like that to give yourself an idea of what you need to plan for in the future. For me, I'm not able to save a ton towards this, but I can save something so that I have some kind of grounds for whenever that time comes and I got to start making those repayments again. I'll have something to start it with. Okay. And plus, I'm speaking, declaring favor over my life and that I'm increasing. So I know that over time, God is going to continue to bless that. Okay. So save automatically. One of my favorite tools is a bank account. Hold on. George, do you mind? Do you mind? Okay. All right, excuse that. Okay, one of my favorite tools is a Chime account. Okay, and be paying attention when they do certain promotions. I'm telling you, because pennies become dollars, dollars become hundreds of dollars. Okay, so uh, with my Chime account, it automatically saves. I don't know if you know this about Chime, but when you have your money directly deposited to Chime, one, you'll get a bonus for that. Well, you got to pay attention when they run those bonuses. Okay, and that's going to be our next tip. So I don't want to get too much into that yet. But uh, whenever you use your Chime card and it's not a complete dollar, it'll take the cents from that dollar and put it into your savings account. But you can also tell it to, so when you get a direct deposit in there, it will, from the $100, let's say I get deposited $701 into my Chime account. It will take $98, $92, $99, I'll get it right, $99 and it'll put it into your savings account automatically. So have it where you can save automatically. All right, tip number 7, take advantage of bank promotions. I cannot stress this one enough. Be paying attention when Capital One, Chime. I just seen another one pop up on my account for Venmo, PayPal, they're all trying to always get you to open accounts with them. But pay attention to when they do really, really big special promotions, like $400 special promotions. And I'm not just talking about like when you refer somebody to their account, but there's ways that you can take upon their promotions if you have certain amount of money. directly deposited into one of their accounts. Okay, so take upon those promotions whenever they have them. People overlook this all the time. I did it and I scored hundreds of dollars, which helped me pay down my credit card. Okay, it could do it for you too. Um, so yeah, look into different, I have, we have all kinds of online banking opportunities today, and be looking for the APYs on those too, because some of them, when you open up savings account with them, the their APY is really, really high, or like the amount of money that they will put into your account for using their account to save your money. Some of them are really high. So anyway, so tip number 8, use your debit card more than your credit card. Now, I know you don't want to hear this, but try paying more things with just cash. And I mean, our debit cards, that's our cash. Okay. So, one of the lies I would always tell myself with the credit card is, oh, I'll get rewards. Oh, I'll get cash back. Well, while that is true, it still gives you a reason to spend more money that you don't have to pay that card off. So, try not to use your credit card as much. For example, I have certain amounts come out of my credit card every month, and I have it to where I know I have that cash to pay it off. But I also use my credit cards for emergencies if I need it. I like having that credit line just in case I need it for something big, like my washer. I don't have an emergency fund built up just yet for home appliances, but I also have warranties on my appliances. So, I have things in place that would help me for that. But if my washer were to just quit working, I would need to use my credit card to go and buy one. Uh, anyway, Number 8, use your debit card more than your credit card. I mean, I know this is a surprise to you, but stop going and buying a bunch of stuff at Walmart all the time on your credit card. That is the worst for me. Okay, it was like I was paying $600 every 2 weeks off on my credit card. Why? Like, why do I have this on here? This is ridiculous. I stopped shopping at Walmart, by the way. I buy my groceries at Kroger now. I don't know what it is, but it's literally cut down 3/4 of the amount of money that I spend every week on groceries. And I don't understand why or how, because I just don't get it. But when I go to Walmart, I'm spending hundreds of dollars on groceries. No. But when I go to Kroger, I'm spending like $60 to $80 on groceries. It's crazy. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. Anyway, that's another really good tip. So, yeah, try not to listen to the lies anymore of, oh, I get rewards and I get cash because I spend so much money on my credit card. Just make sure you have the cash to pay it off before you keep spending and spending on your credit cards. All right, number 9. We got 2 more tips left here for you. Number 9 is budget higher than your actual mortgage. This will help you so much when it comes time for you to move into your home. You'll already have a good, nice pool of money uh, ready. I didn't. Okay, look, I did not. Okay, but I'm just telling you, once I moved into my house, I made sure to lie to myself that, oh, wait, my mortgage is this much a month, when really it's not. But that's how much money, like I said, tell your money where to go. That's how much money I pull from my direct deposit. It goes into a certain account, which also builds money, by the way, because it has a high interest. It pays me to keep my money in there. But I put in more than what I need every payment, every direct deposit, so that it can keep stacking. And eventually, what's going to happen is if you budget higher than what your actual mortgage is you're going to have a nice little emergency fund there for whenever that time comes and you don't have, like, so let's say you get sick and you miss a lot of work and it's unpaid time. Well, you're going to have that pool of money to be able to still pay your mortgage. So it's definitely wise to budget higher than what your actual mortgage is. All right. Last but not least, save and an emergency fund. Save it before the emergency happens. Now, Remember, mind you, I started on zero. Again, I bought my house with no money. I had no money. I brought no money to the table, but God kept saying, "Come to me with no money and come to me who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." It's just been like a supernatural thing that's happened for me ever since I bought my house. Yeah, I borrowed the money. I did. I used government loans. I borrowed the money to buy my house, but I'm so glad that I did. I started from zero and I'm working my way up. But these tips that I have for you today are helping me so much. And just the first few months that I have been a homeowner, I'm not saying I'm like this expert or anything like that, but I am, okay? I am an expert in the message that God has given me to share with others. And these things work. Okay. So, don't wait for the problem to happen. Go ahead and start saving up while you can. Earlier I shared, tell your money where to go. Save what was the other one? Sorry. Tell your money where to go, save automatically. So I automatically have money going into this account, and this account, and they're all three for different things. But I don't pay attention to any of that money. I don't think, oh, I have an extra $300 over here that I can use to pay off my credit card with. It's okay to go ahead and go shopping. No, it's not okay to go ahead and go shopping. I have to relearn this over and over again. It's not okay because that money is for something else. And I don't even pay attention to it. I don't even know that it's gone, but it's such a great tool to tell your money where to go, to save automatically, to take advantage of bank promotions when they have them, and to use your debit card more than your credit card. Okay, so all together here, our 10 tips are: change your mindset from a mindset of lack to a mindset of growth. Speak favor over yourself, okay, every day. Downsize your debt. Become a good steward with your money. Submit and be a good tither. Don't worry about what they're doing with the money. Just make the decision in your heart to give. I'm telling you, you will be blessed in Jesus' name. I speak that over your life right now. Tell your money where to go. Probably my favorite one. Find ways to reduce your monthly expenses. Do away with all those subscriptions, little girl. You don't need them, okay? Save automatically. Take advantage of bank promotions when they have them. Use your debit card more than your credit card and budget higher than your mortgage. And overall, save for an emergency fund. And I'm saying more than just a mortgage emergency fund, have a vehicle emergency fund, have the repayment on school loans emergency fund. It's just worth it, I'm telling you. And then also I have an HSA. That could be another emergency fund for medical expenses. It's definitely worth it to take advantage of everything your employer offers you because it's just worth it. Okay. Anyway, you guys, Courtney Joe with Pause and Grow Podcast. I hope that these 10 practical and personal tips help you out today. I know that money affects everyone, and all I want is for everybody to have the mindset of growth, to shift from the mindset of lack like I had to, because it works. Have a great day. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for spending this half hour with me. I appreciate all of those who have been encouraging me here lately about getting back online and starting to share again. I had taken a break there for a while just to kind of get adjusted into my new home and really work on changing my mindset. I just want to take the time out to say in the description below is going to be the link to my website. I would love it so much if you could head on over there to Roadmap to Growth Ministries and check out the things that I've been doing and the ministry that I have launched this past year. If you'd like to support my journey of being a self-published author, I have links over there to my website for you to be able to access, to purchase the books. This has become a sunflower. It is a 100-day devotional / workbook. Hey, don't let the 100-day fool you, okay? But it's 3 months worth of just being able to grow in the Word of God. And it's what helped me in my mental health crisis. And I know that it'll help you as well. We've got some children's book, A Day with Grace. It's a book that my daughter and I wrote together when she was only 5 years old. But it's a super sweet story that you could just read to your little ones at night before they go to bed. I've got my beautiful death book here. This is a 2-part book. The first part of the book is called I Love That You're My Gigi. It's the book that I wrote in honor of my grandma who has passed away and the challenges that I faced when I was her caregiver as she was her last 6 months of her life. And then the second part of the book is called Doors of Salvation, and it's my resurrection story. It's the detail of how Jesus revealed himself to me and how he saved me from the bondage, the yokes, the chains that were around my neck. And then I also have my I Am journal prompt workbook. It's 61 biblical affirmations in here, and it gives you space. See, I even do it myself. It gives you space to be able to journal about the scriptures. There's no pressure to do it every single day, but if you are wanting something deeper in your spiritual life and your relationship with God, these books will really help you get there, because I write about what I learned. So, and I'm growing, and I know that I'm deep in my relationship with God. So I hope that it just helps somebody, Anyway, the link is down in the description below. I hope that you're able to access it and you can give me a little bit of feedback. Shoot me an email, roadmaptogrowth@gmail.com. Thank you so much.